Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm so excited. I have Jeanette Zinser with me. She's one of our practitioners at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts. She works at the center and she is a intuitive reader and also a medium. So I want to spend a little bit of time just talking to her about her beautiful gifts and what she shares with the world. So let's start with your intuitive readings, Jeanette. What can you tell us? How are you different than everybody else, and what do you offer in this area?
Well, I use a tarot deck, which most people do. But what I do that's different is my reading is very intuitive. I tune into not only the energy of the cards, but the energy of the person that I'm reading for. So the same exact card can have very, very different meanings for different people. And I really try to tune into the possibilities for the person that I'm reading for. I don't look at the cards and say, well, this, and this. I look at the cards and say, well, this is a possibility. And how do you feel about this? And have you thought about? And I really try to bring the person's energy into the reading as well and to help give them some guidance rather than trying to tell them what to do.
I love that. I love that because a lot of people come to us and they're like, I want to know what to do next. And that's a hard question to answer since we all have free will, free choice. We have the ability to choose what we want to do next. And we're just here as guides to assist people in the direction that they want to go in where they're going next, right? So, what are some of the most popular questions you get when people come to you for a reading? Just out of curiosity, what are most of your clients looking for?
The main questions have to do with careers, relationships, and I get quite a few about moving locations. Where should I stay where I'm at, or should I move to another place? Am I going to have a relationship? How is my relationship going? And a lot of times I can see some things with the cards and their energy, like, well, you need to work on yourself first, maybe before you start looking for a relationship. Or are you really sure that the person you're with, you want to continue to be in a relationship with? Because sometimes that's a big thing, well, that they will come in kind of asking how the relationship's going. And one of the things that I've always felt when I have a reading, and I feel that this is true for my clients as well, is at the end of the reading, if what I have already felt or what they have already felt before they come in is confirmed by the reading, then I feel like that's a good reading because we all have that knowledge already. It's helpful to have someone else look at it for us and help us to see things differently, but no one else has the answers for us.
I love that because we all have our gut instinct, whether you believe you're intuitive, whether you believe that you're psychic, whether you're connecting, we're all getting messages. We all have a deep feeling within us or a deep knowing, or we've sensed things that we're not sure of. We're constantly getting those kinds of messages. And even me as a reader, and I'm sure you have the same approach, I get messages all the time. I'm intuitive, I'm psychic, I am a medium, but we like to have that confirmation because sometimes we don't trust that feeling that we have and we just want somebody to confirm it. And it's really easy to do when you go see someone is be open. I like to be open to what messages, and typically in those messages is my confirmation that, oh yeah, I've been hearing that, I've kind of known that. I've felt that. I see where that's coming from. And that's really what a reading, that what makes it so powerful is that we're just confirming what we already know on some level, so that we can go out and start in that direction.
Exactly. I think sometimes the cards can bring up something new, perhaps that we haven't thought about, but they're never going to tell you something that feels completely wrong and advise you to go with that.
Right. If you ever go out there and get a reading from someone and you don't feel inspired, motivated, um, kind of pushed forward a little bit, then I would question the reading, because spirit wants us to have joy and prosperity and happiness in their life. They're just guiding us along the path to make it a little bit easier. And it's our job to help lift people up, inspire them, motivate them to start moving forward in the right direction, and allowing them to have their own choice of what that looks like for them. So
Exactly.
I love that process. So talk to us a little bit about your mediumship skills and where you got to learn these skills and some part of that journey.
So I have studied for over 4 years with one of the local mediums here in Denver, who is very well known. I have also studied, this particular teacher was able to get Paul Jacobs, who teaches at the Arthur Findlay College in England, which is a very famous college where people from around the world go to study mediumship and spirituality, psychic abilities, all sorts of different things. And he was here for 3 separate 1-week intensives that I was able to join with that. So I do use the cards to begin a mediumship reading. Usually I will find some sort of a focus and focus in my intuition and see kind of who wants to come in, what the message is, and then I am generally able to tune in and allow the messages to come through from the spirits on the other side.
I love that. I love that for anyone that's lost somebody that they've loved or just wants to see who wants to connect. It's a great way to come in and connect with the spirit realm. And not everyone is a medium. If most psychics out there are very intuitive and they have great gifts, but not all of them have mediumship abilities. So it is definitely another level in the gifts of being able to connect to the spirit world and bring in clear information of loved ones from the other side.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
that that's true. And it's a very interesting field of study and of being able to do that and to um, bring through messages. Sometimes the messages that come through are not necessarily what the client is expecting or from who they desire them to come through from, but usually they get something that's very useful.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes we'll have people come to us and they're like, I want to talk to my dad or I want to talk to my brother. And not always does that work. It depends, because they have free will, free choice as well on who shows up and when, and what is the most powerful, highest, best information that you can receive at that moment. And there may be somebody else in your life on the other side that wants to talk to you, that has something more important to say. And so it's hard to always say that we can connect exactly with every person. It's just being open to who comes through. Have you found that to be the case as well?
Definitely. Yes. Yes. Sometimes certain spirits and personalities are very large and sort of overbearing even in the afterlife. And so they may want to come through even when you've asked to talk to someone else.
That is true. I love when I have a client and I'm like, your family's here. They're very loud. They're very loud. And they're like, oh yeah, that's really, or they're very quiet. They're very reserved. Oh yeah, yeah. Really kind of the energy is different depending on the group or the individuals that are coming through. So I love that. I
Mhm.
love that variety of experience. Well, Jeanette, thank you so much for taking the time today to come in and chat with me and share some information on the offerings that you have and what you offer to clients. I really do appreciate it.
Well, thank you for making the time, Violet. And I appreciate all that you do here at the store. And this is an amazing place that you have created, and everyone should come and check it out.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We both hope to see you really, really soon. Have a magical day.